Wow, what's up, y'all? About to make a video, and I'm gonna show y'all how to make a Nico pintail worm stop slipping on your jig, because I always had that problem. When you put it on the jig and you get some good hits, it pulls down. So what I decided to do was pull an old technique I used to use. It's the same. I take some old fly tie thread right here, and this is a 1/64 of an ounce um, crappie magnet jig head or trout magnet, and I'm gonna just wrap it in some fly thread. Just wrap it up. You gotta make it too thick, because what we're gonna do is end up applying glue to it. There we go. So we're right there. It's fine with me. So let's cinch it down. Let's tie it again. There's an old technique right there, how to use a tie without having to with fly tying it, without having to use your little tool. That one kind of came loose on its own. We'll do one more time. There we go. She always tries to go around. Don't worry, we won't be editing this video. Whatever mistakes I make will be here. So y'all just gonna have to bear with me right quick. Okay, so we're gonna kill that right there. I ain't tripping on it no more. Bam. Cut it there. Cut it there. She ain't going nowhere. Let's bring it a little closer to you so you can see. I don't know if it'll zoom in. Ain't the best camera in the damn world, but you should be able to see it pretty good, man. Shit, yeah, no. I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah, no, zoom out. Okay. Now, let's add some glue. It doesn't matter what kind. They got the glue for it. I'm gonna just use super right now, just to lock that thread in place. This is that old super glue that Loctite. Oh shit, leaking already. Not gonna take much, just a little bit right there. One little dab. Now take this some Tums. Nah, it ain't Tums. I get acid reflux. I eat all the Tums. Take that glue, spread it around that thread, top and bottom. Doesn't matter what you got on it. It's not gonna really matter. So now what I'm gonna do is, I don't know how the glue is gonna react to the actual jig, because you never know. I might put it on there and it might start disintegrating, it might start melting or anything. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. We're gonna pause. I'm gonna let this dry up and we're gonna wait just a little bit. But I do have some jig glue with me. I'm gonna pause the video and go get it. All right. Fat man back in action. So this is the real fishing glue you want to use right here. I hope it shows right for you. I'm gonna leave it right there for a second. So fishing glue, specialized low fishing adhesive, waterproof, scentless. And that's probably what I should have used, but I think we're good to go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make a quick move. I'm gonna get prepared right quick, y'all. Check this out. So this is already dry, just that quick. I'm gonna take this glue, dab it just a little bit, not much. Dab it on. Take it off. So what we're doing is we're preparing our jigs before we go fishing, y'all. Because I hate to have to get on the fish bank, think of an idea, and then, so the good thing about these little lures right here, they got a little hole in the tube going straight through. We'll take it all the way down to the base of the tail and shove it on. That's it, baby. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do right there. That's it. Now this is gonna help me so much on the fish bank. And I like this little crappie magnet right here for the Nico pintail worm. It's so good, bro. This little crappie magnet jig head, they're super sharp. I catch a ton of sagalay on them, a ton of bluegill, and I'm gonna just let that jig sit like that, man. That's how you want it to look. I'm gonna rig it up for you on one of my rods so I can show you. But before I show you that, I'll also show you the little crappie magnet kits, the little trout magnet. This is also a killer right here. They're like an inch and a quarter, real small. They catch everything, man. I done caught giant bass on them. I done caught sagalay on them. I done caught bluegills. They work just fine. But like I said, the size of this hook is what makes everything bite because it's so small. And just that little color, that red and that black, is something about it, man. It's crazy. So we're gonna do a crappie magnet right quick. I'm gonna show y'all how good this works with a crappie magnet. Cause sometimes you just don't want to, you get tired of your jigs tearing up. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get another hook, probably a white 32nd ounce trout magnet jig head, and we're gonna do the same thing with this thread. But I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a special jig. We're not gonna do a trout magnet. I'm gonna do something that's even better than that crappie magnet slash trout magnet. I found something better than that. That's the brush pile jigs, man. The brush pile jigs. These little things right here. Let me show you the package, man. These little things right here. That's a jig and a half. So what I want to do is I want to put one of these, the same thing. I don't want to lose my jigs, so I'm about to start pre-tying my jigs before I go fishing. You know, because when you get out there, that's the worst thing you hate to do. Like, man, I should have did this at home. Man, I should have did that, and you don't have no time to do it on the fish bank because you want to spend most of your time in the water. So just like I pre-rigged this one, we're gonna pre-rig one of these. Technically, it is like a little smaller trout magnet, but brush pile jigs, they make some good jigs. So I'm gonna pause the video. We're gonna get set up for that. All right, so guys and girls, this little jig head right here, this little 32nd of an ounce crappie trout magnet jig head and hook. That's what I would use on that color right there. It's called a baby bass on that brush pile jig. So that's cool. I didn't wrap it yet because I'm not going to. I caught tons of fish on that. If I wanted to, I could wrap that. It has a little hook holder on it already. You can zoom in and see. It has a little hook holder on it. That's cool. But I think I have a better setup. This is a little GoldenEye dockside jig with a little number maybe 4 hook on it. 32nd of an ounce head. And also I have, like I said, I'm gonna use, thinking about tying. Let me take this black and red one off. Pairing this brush pile jig with that 1/64 of an ounce trout magnet jig head, and I think that's gonna be a crazy presentation right there. So that's really what I'm shooting for, the presentation matching the jig with the jig head or the jig hook. Something about this little, if we compare these hooks right here, this one's a little shorter, but it's also just a little fraction of a bit higher. Now, both great jigs, I've caught fish on both of them, but I'm thinking about tying that trout magnet on this GoldenEye dockside jig. So we're gonna tie it right quick, and I'll come back. Matter of fact, you can stay right here with me. I'll tie it with you. Let's lock down on our vise. This vise right here comes from Cabela's. It's not no fancy vise. It's just made by Whitewater, I think. Let's tie up. Let's get us some ties going, man. I think this little setup right here is about to be crazy. We don't want to waste too much of our material, so let's shorten up right there. I'm bad at that. I've been wasting material like crazy, you know, and things are very expensive these days, so I don't need to be wasting nothing. So let's tie up right there, man. Let's tie up. run back a little bit right there to the little black spot where it stops. And we're not gonna make it super high, but we're gonna make it about a 1/64 of an ounce thick, 1/64 of an inch high, right? And as you can see, I got my wine out way too much. But that's okay. We'll get there. This is the last one I'm gonna tie today, y'all. But I'm gonna prepare a lot of them today because I know the presentation that I want to be throwing this spring for Sacalay, which y'all call them crappie. I know the presentation that I want to throw. So that's it right there, y'all. So let's get it wrapped up right quick. Get it tied up. Fuck it, she broke off. She just broke off. That's cool with me. I'm not mad. The more the merrier. Just clip that little off because the glue is gonna hold anyway. Next time I use my little tie tool. So let's go to our glue. We'll use our fishing glue this time. It doesn't take much, like I told you, just a little dab. Look at that, even got too much with that dab. That one on through, down around, right there. And we're gonna press pause, let that dry for about 5 minutes. Then we'll come back with another even smaller dab and slide that jig on there and see how it looks. All right, y'all, I paused the video. It's been about 5 minutes. We're gonna apply just a little snug more glue. I picked out the straightest brush pile jig I could find. You know, it's got the little twin tails at the end, but I love it because it's a tight little bait. So we're just gonna apply a little bit right there, a little dab. Let's release it off here. And you already know the rules. We gotta take this jig and we gotta tie it tight. So we're gonna come out just a little bit before the end of the split, y'all. So we're gonna go in just like that. And we are gonna keep this as straight as possible because that's the rule. You know, fishing for crappie. For a bluegill, he doesn't care. But for a crappie, a Sacalay, the jig has to be as straight as possible. And I didn't do a great job keeping this jig straight, but it's straight enough though. Now check that little book out. That jig right there, that is a good looking jig. That is a great setup right here, y'all. I kid you not. I don't know what's wrong with my camera, y'all. The camera get the tripping. This is a great little setup. I know I'm about to go kill fish on this right here. I know, and I don't have to worry about that jig slipping. I don't have to worry about fish smelling that glue because they say that fish have about 125 more receptors in their nose than dogs, which means they smell really good. So I don't know, maybe on that first jig I shouldn't have put that Loctite on, but I think I am gonna start trusting this fishing glue right here. I think I got both of them from Cabela's maybe. So guys, thank y'all for watching this. This video is not over. It's a little long. Okay, I was gonna make it a little 2 or 3 part video, but we're gonna make this video a little long. I've been catching some nice fish this year. I've been catching a lot, but I've been experimenting with I'm known for fishing with very small tackle like that, and now I'm fishing even smaller than this, y'all. And I thought it wasn't gonna work for big fish like big giant Sacalays, but I was wrong. I have a special jig that I need to show you that I have been using. It's a little bitty tiny thing, man. I'm gonna go get it right now in my mailbox because it came in today, and I'm coming back to you. I'm gonna show you what it is. And the same thing we did to these, I'm gonna do to that, because the jig heads that come with it, they're great jig heads. A very small, very little small hook, but when I put the bait on there, accuracy for every fish, they love it, but it still tends to slide off a little bit. So let me go get that jig out the mail. I'll be right back. What's up, y'all? We just got our package in the mail. Let's check this out. I've been waiting on this rascal not long, maybe about a week. Um, and I got some. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we back there. I'm like a little kid right now. Okay, cool. So, what we have here, y'all, something crazy. Euro tackle, baby. That's an ESR nano jig head. I think it's a 32nd of an ounce jig head. Paired with a 1-inch bloodworm. And now, let me tell you something. When I first bought it, I was in doubt. I was like, man, why is this jig head and this hook so small? Because the hook is very tiny. And I'm going to open it and show you one. To show you how tiny that hook is. Little bitty tiny hook, man. I'm telling tiny, I'm talking about not even a jig head, just a hook. It's so tiny. And I didn't think that it would hook a like big fish. I wasn't sure what I'd catch on this little thing. I knew it'd catch a bluegill. Very strong little hook. Very, very sharp. The bloodworm, they come 10 on a row. You just pull them off with your hand. If y'all can see that, hold it up a little better. Y'all see that? Yep. So I'm gonna pull one off for you. I'll just use your fingers to pull it off. And it's just a little tiny bloodworm. That's all it is. It's a little tiny bloodworm. Kind of even hard for the film to focus in on it. That's it. So I was using this a couple of weeks ago, and man, the bites were non-stop. So I'm thinking about using that same technique on this one. And you know, we're gonna try to keep this video under 20 minutes just for y'all. So I'm gonna pause it, get set up, tie it, hook it, and we'll see how it is. And what I'll do is I'll probably have all 3 of these sitting on the thumbnail, because these have been I'm talking about, I got great jigs. I got great jigs. Great jigs, like some stuff you never seen before. Black and pink, your clobber minnows, your bonehead tackle, your Mr. Twisters, clobbers. We got your power baits. I fish with even more of your power baits, all different colors. Even the classics, man. Y'all don't know nothing about that though. I'm gonna get you on there later on. Great little jig, very expensive. Clobbers. I fish with all of that, but all of this stuff is cool. Classic. You already know that's a Sac-A-Lait killer. That's probably the greatest color of all time. Right up there with black and chartreuse. Probably better. Tube jigs. And you already know the current GOAT right there to me is Show Enough and Chartreuse, the worldwide known as Monkey Milk Crappie Magnet. Like, you know, that's probably the greatest jig of all time, right? Just letting you know. So for the sake of keeping this video under 20 minutes, y'all, let me plug this thing up. I'm gonna wrap it, glue it, put that blood worm on there, and we're gonna go catch us some fish. The only problem I have with that blood worm is it will break. I mean, it'll last if bluegill don't tear it up. If you fishing for crappie, you good. But bluegill will shred it. I'm talking about after about 4 bluegill, it goes on that long. But they still hit it, even when it's short. So that's a good thing. Let me tie this up for y'all. All right, y'all, we back. Check this out. Doing this for y'all only. This is the most effective jig head in combination I have used all year. It's not even close. A 32nd of an ounce ESR nano with a very small little tiny hook with a 1-inch bloodworm, and I cannot stop fish from biting this. Euro tackle. I mean, this is the best. I fish with some stuff, man. I'm telling y'all, I fish with some stuff. This is the best jig I have used all year. Very expensive little setup. Very expensive for that little. I got 6 jig. I just got 6 more jig heads in the mail with those little string of bloodworms, and that was expensive. I ain't gonna lie to you. You don't want to lose them. Thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Help me share this content. We're gonna start getting some fishing content out there. I'm trying to use meta glasses, y'all, because I don't want to go out there with that phone holding that phone. But we coming soon. I love you. Please like and subscribe. We gonna get down to business with these fish, man. I'm gonna show you some techniques that guys ain't showing you. Let's catch more fish, man.